again. It's just like me to show up in my wrapper, scruffy hair, eating. I'm eating my brunch sandwich. It's a croissant with lots of stuff inside. But I said I was gonna go live today, even if nobody watches, and I'm gonna do it. Have you guys ever been so overwhelmed with gratitude that you start crying? It happened to me on Wednesday. I don't know if it's the first time, but it's the first time in a long time I've cried that hard because of gratitude. So, I mean, I've been so grateful before, but the way I was crying, the way I was weeping was different. And the more I would think about things, the more I would cry. The more I would just cry, cry, cry. Like I would think of how my situation could have been a lot worse than it is. And how it's pretty much just me being grateful for life, for myself, for my immediate family members, my close family members, my son, my mom, my sisters, their children, their families. And the more I would just think, how people, and I don't like to compare to say, there are people that are having it worse, but sometimes it just brings things into perspective. It's like, there's nothing about me that's special. Any of these things can happen to me. And even though I find myself in a bit of a sticky situation now financially, that is all. Like my only problem in life now is money. And it's not like I'm broke where I don't have no money, I don't have a roof over my head, I can't feed, I can't do stuff for myself. It's not like that. So it's not even that bad, but there are people that have it that bad. But that's my only problem. And I found peace with that. I'm grateful for that, if it makes sense. Like out of all the problems I could have in my life, that the only problem I have is money, which is one of the easiest, I feel, problems to solve, especially if you have life, if you have health. Because yes, you might be alive, but you might not be healthy. You might not have all it takes to make money. You might not have what it takes to make money at all in any way. There's some people that can't even can't do simple things anymore. And so I'm able to work hard. Yes, now I have to work twice as hard to make the same amount of money I was making before. In one job, I have to do two jobs, my day job and then my evening job, which is doing Uber Eats. I have to do both, Uber Eats and DoorDash deliveries. I have to do both now to make the same amount of money I was making before. And that amount of money I was making before was like 65K. It wasn't that much. I think at some point it went up to 68. But I was able to use it well to take care of myself, my son, and my mom. And I'm just someone that's able to adapt and be flexible and just find a way. So I'm even grateful that I'm able to do that. I'm grateful that God has protected me, because I used to travel a lot. I've traveled a lot. Anything could have happened on any of those trips, but He's kept me safe. Like nothing evil has befallen me. Yeah, maybe I've got my heart broken here and there, but I always find peace very quickly from all those kind of situations. And I'm like so grateful for that, that I don't feel lonely. I feel at peace. That's the word I'm looking for. I don't feel like even though I'm going through a storm, maybe a mild storm, because some storms are worse, I'm at peace. I know I'll get through this. Like the storm will pass and I'll be fine. And I'm just grateful, really grateful for my son. Like I think that was one of the things I was thinking of that made me cry the more. That my son is who he is, that he's alive, he's well, that God keeps protecting him, that He's kept him, the people who've lost their children. Like I don't even want to imagine that. I don't even want to imagine that. I don't want to imagine even my mom. I know at some point she might need to go, but maybe at this point I have to believe in rapture, because I don't want to see my mom die. Maybe we just have to be raptured, you know? So thinking of those things, bad things that could happen and that did not happen, made me cry even more. thankful that they've not happened, and kind of praying that they don't happen. You know, it was a mixture of both thanks, gratitude, and gratitude that's in advance that they don't happen. So I was just really overwhelmed that night. Like, it was Wednesday night, I remember. I was so overwhelmed with the gratitude, just like how far I've come in life. You know, even if I might be having, I have debts, that's pretty much my money issues. But I kind of kept it under control in that I've not added to the debt. I'm just pretty much paying off interest right now, not really making any like proper contributions to paying off the debt, but pretty much just making sure I'm paying the interest payments and the debt is there, but I'm not adding to it, which is at least something I can achieve right now. I'm making sure I'm taking care of my immediate bills so I don't have to borrow any more money to add to my debt. So I just make sure I don't have any credit card debt. I have, so the debt is from my line of credit and it's just there. And when I eventually get a job that pays much better than the one I'm doing does, which I believe I will, or I don't know, something's gonna happen. Maybe it's be a business, I don't know, but something's gonna happen. Then I can start paying it off. Although I'm suspecting some money soon from some business I did, which I know would help me like pay it off one time. So it's just there. I'm just paying off the interest. But I'm happy that I don't have to add to it. I'm happy that I don't have to keep taking from it. I'm happy that I'm able to do things to take care of my immediate bills. Even though I'm living from hand to mouth, I be hand to pocket or pocket to hand. I don't even know how they say that thing, but out of pockets. I don't even know. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm still grateful that I'm able to do these things. I'm able to take care of my bills. I have a roof over my head. I'm able to pay for my mortgage. You know, actually, all my debt issues started when I got this house. So apart from my mortgage debt, I have like separate debt that I had to use, that I kind of built up from moving here, from paying for stuff for this house, paying for what they call that thing, fees, notary fees. That's where it started from. That was where I took the first chunk of money to pay notary fees. And it just started from there, and it just started building up from there. And then I lost my job, and what I should have been able to have paid back in like how many months, 6 months or so. As I lost my job, the money I would have used to pay back everything I had to hold back to survive. And then just from losing my job, being on I was slowly taking from there. I didn't know, not that much, but I was taking from there. I didn't even realize. And so it kind of built up even more. But then after my EI ended and I got this job, which kind of collapsed, I not collapsed, like, I don't even know, the words are failing me, but I kind of got the job just as my EI was about to end. So it kind of like was right timing. And I have something to do, and it's fulfilling. It's very fulfilling. Very fulfilling. There's some issues with it because it's like contracts, but if it wasn't contracts, it would be like really good because then I will have all the benefits I need to have. Because I'm on contract, I don't really have all of those benefits, but it's okay. And if I wasn't the sole breadwinner, or my finances was not what everyone's depending on, like me, my son, and my mom, I would stay there. But because I need to take care of myself and these people, my children, my mom and my son and my children, I need something better. So I'm still looking for that. I'm still working hard. I'm still doing stuff. And that's why I do the Uber Eats to supplement. But yeah, I just came to talk about that. And now I'm just happy that I'm at peace. Happy that I'm alive. Happy that I have my health. My family had their health. They're alive. I'm not crying over anybody's death, anybody's sickness, nothing. And I have people going through things that I see. And as I sympathize with them, I never really thought about it that, I'm good. I thank God I'm good. And I thank God that my only problem in this life right now is not having to work 2 jobs to make money. Or not having as much money as I would like. I'm happy that's my only issue. Not that I'm like dirt broke, but that I don't have as much money as I would like. I'm happy that that's my only issue. I'm grateful to God for that. And I'm grateful that I have the strength to do the things I need to do to make money, to take care of my people, and I don't have to sell my body. I don't have to be on the street. I don't have to do anything questionable against my values. I don't have to steal. I don't have to cheat. I don't have to do anything questionable to take care of my family. And I'm grateful for that opportunity, because I know people find themselves in a hard situation where they have to do some of these things that they probably wouldn't want to do naturally, but they feel desperate. I'm happy I don't feel desperate. I'm glad I'm not in a desperate situation. I did joke about it at first when I first found myself in this situation. I joked to my mom and my sister that I have vagina and the vagina is wasting. I don't know if that I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but I was like, my vagina is just wasting. Something I could have been using to make money. But obviously we joked about it. My mom and I laughed. My sisters laughed. All of us laughed about it. But it's not just who I am. It's not how I was raised. And thank God, God always finds ways for me to find a way. He always puts something else in my purview for me to do. He always provides some other solution, you know? And I don't know what, I'm just grateful. That's all I can say. And I think I need to end this video and finish eating my brunch. I'm gonna do my house chores.